Well, folks, the good people at the SMI Modding team have done it again. I introduced to you the MA Ag collaboration. This is the first two tools from this collaboration between SMI Modding team and MA Ag. And the only two tools that are going to be coming to FS19. We can look forward to a lot more coming in FS22 though. Today, we're going to be looking at the two tools in question, the Vortex FTXI 50T RA and the Cultilam 50. Both models were created by 3D CAD files from MA Ag. The MA Ag Cultilam 50 is a subsoiler that can be combined with the Vortex FTXI 50T in order to prepare the soil with only one pass of work. Included in this are a couple of additional scripts as well, which unfortunately does mean it won't be coming to consoles. However, these scripts have been created by Vertex Designs and Modelica, so you know it's bringing additional quality that can only make these models that little bit better for PC. The mod itself will be sent to Giants today on Friday there, so it shouldn't be going too long until you will be able to download it yourself and get stuck on into it. So let's have a look at what these two have, shall we? So first of all, let's have a look at the Cultilam here. We are going to be requiring approximately 150 to 180 horsepower to pull this one on its own. This is a cultivator which works as a plow, and this does have the dynamic lowering configured into that as well. It has a working width of about 5 meters. The Vortex on the back here, this is the bigger press. This requires about 220 to 240 horsepower, but if you're going to pull these two together, you're going to need about 280 as a minimum, maybe something closer to 340 horsepower to get some real good pulling power from this, with a maximum working speed here of approximately 12 kilometers an hour if you're pulling both of these two bits together. Otherwise, you're going to get about 21 kilometers an hour for the Vortex only or the Cultilam. So some of the features on here are including the dynamic lowering, as we mentioned, coded by Modelica. They all have realistic mass and physical dimensions attached to them. The Vortex seeding system is configurable to allow you to have the seeding system attached or not present on the cultivator there. And the great thing about the Vortex seeding system itself, it can not only seed cover crops such as your grass or your oilseed radish, it can also drill canola and also wheat this time around, which is pretty cool. This is the first that I've seen for quite some time. Both models will fold up to reach into transport with there, and both models have been configured with real animations based off the real life versions, which is going to be great to see in game for sure. Speaking of which, we're going to jump down to the field here. We're going to hook it onto a tractor and we're going to get it into action so you guys can see just what it looks like when we're out in the field. As always, there's a lot of attention with any SMI model that is made, but right now, I want to spend a few minutes to have a look at this. Just check out the detail on this framework once again. Much like the Ermo Diablo plow we recently reviewed as well, check out the detail around all of the nuts and bolts holding on those crimper bars there. Looks incredible, as with all of the serrating discs there as well. Then you're coming across to your leveling tines, which will give you a nice seed bed. You've got your seed dispensers behind that before a press comes and compacts everything in. As we look at it from the back, again, another complete mesh of hoses and air seeding hoses, electronic pipes, electronic cables, everything that you'd want to see here. Look at the detail coming on into the rams there as well. That looks just brilliant. I'm a huge fan of that. I really am. And again, these hydraulic hoses that lead through and connect at this junction box here will then go on through into the tractor as well, and they are brilliant. They work very well indeed. If you listen there, we had the drill turned on, so as I bring it in again, you can hear there is the air seeder turned on, and there it is turned off again. We're able to drill 4 different seeds in here: grass, canola, oilseed radish, or wheat. So I'll have a bit of a play with that one. But I think my first impression here is as well, just look how compact it is. It's a beast of a setup. Really is huge, but it still folds up inside the 3 meter working width to allow you onto the road there as well, which is pretty darn neat indeed. But what we need to do is unfold this beauty. So we'll start by pressing X here, and what's going to unfold first is the rear press unit here. So we'll let this come down. The wheels are probably going to lift up with this at the same time, and then we'll just bring up our key so we can see we've now selected the middle piece. Now at the moment that you can, like with any plow there, you can allow it to create fields. We're not going to do that. We don't need to do that. So we'll just carry on as is there really. And then so what we need to do as well is just so we get the rear unit behaving properly, we're going to lower it, which involves us just lowering the press down onto the deck there. That's how we're gonna operate it here. This is how I would use it. I may be wrong, but this is in my mind how we would use it. And then we're gonna unfold the press down on the front. And we've turned on the drill there as well. So now in theory, we are ready to go. We're going to drill some grass as well here, which is pretty darn cool indeed. Now, Model Leica had a part in this as well here. He has brought in the dynamic lowering animation. That works like what you'll see is when we go here. Love the roar in this class action, by the way. Good pair in here. This is my test field. You can see there's all sorts of different patterns and tracks all over here. But as we lower down this front unit, you'll see how it kind of digs in there. The wheels move on the front there. It's a natural kind of lowering. So as the ripper legs of the plow dig in of the subsoil there, they kind of pull the ice down until the depth wheels hit their peak. So really does work very well indeed. And that's it. That's us away. Check out the animation of the discs. I think they're looking very good the way they're working as well. That does look pretty darn neat. And yeah, this is it. I think this is a brilliant piece of kit. I love the look from it behind there. I think it's flying along, absolutely flying, and it's a cracking little setup for me. It really, really is. And I think this will be something that if you had GPS here as well, fantastic to use this. Absolutely brilliant. Get so much ground covered with this. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, just look at the quality of detail across the board. That's what I can't get over. It's just so, go away Courseplay, so much effort that's gone into making this, and it really does tell here in my opinion. As I look down over the hydraulic lines that go from the tractor through, it's just brilliant. They do move. If you look at them from the side as well, they are bobbing around ever so slightly as well there as the drills move. Oh, lost a bit of speed there as I let off the throttle, and we're good to go. Traveling along at a full 6 miles an hour here, which is not bad when you're considering we're doing 2 jobs with 1. And still covering a handy bit of ground here with it as well. Lovely little bit of animation coming off the back of the press there as well. Really is very nice to see. And when you do get to the end of your pass, which I'm going to say for the sakes of this is about here, lift up the front and up comes the whole thing. You can spin it around, deactivate your GPS, pick your new GPS line there and click it on again, and you are away. But we're just going to do a bit of that, lower it down again, and off we go. Now crucially, you'll see as well, we can also adjust this height of this pickup 3-point linkage or 2-point linkage here using our mouse controls, or if you have them programmed into anything else, you can use them for that as well. And the best way for me to prove this here will be with my left mouse button here. I can just lower that down. You'll see even the height of the drill is being adjusted there as well, which is pretty cool. And you can even actually just completely drop it off there, which I find to be pretty cool. That's a nice way to kind of disconnect it, and then you can lift it back up again. That's really neat actually. Handy touch. And away we go. There is an awful lot to like about this, and what we're going to do is we get to kind of the end. We've just turned off the drill there, so we're just going to see what it's working like as a cultivator, which you can still have, remember, without the seeder unit on the top there. Still does a magnificent job of just leveling everything out, and at this point it's just plowing and working down the land behind it. And then we can just lift up the front. We can even fold up the front there. And then let's just try and lower down. There you go. You can still lower that down. And now, interestingly, that doesn't still continue to allow it to work there because you have lifted it out the ground there, which is pretty cool. But what we're going to do is raise up the back as well and fold that one up whilst we're on the fly as well there. We should start to see up come the 2 wings. Absolutely brilliant. Love to see that. And so with that, we're all ready to go. We're finished our field. We're going to go back up to the yard. So there you have it, folks. The first collaboration between SMI Modding team and MA Ag. This is the Vortex FTXI 50T R8 and the Cultilam 50. A lot more to come between these two here. These 2 particular mods will be coming to the Mod Hub for PC only very shortly. Keep an eye out on the testing list for that. We'll soon see it very shortly. If you have liked this, links are down below. You can join Discord. You can hit that subscribe button and like for more. And we will see you all in the next one.